Oh, yes, boys and girls, we're live with the weather report for May 4th, 2021. What's up? We almost got a full room already.
Today is going to be a sunny day. It's going to be 24 degrees in the Netherlands.
Great.
That is obviously in the correct measurement, which is Celsius. We're expecting a little rain and storms at night because of the fact that people there aren't used to those high temperatures. Oh, wait.
Okay, let's shoot this in the head.
Okay, we just started. What are you talking about?
I found the link. It's in the
Which
private
link?
chat. The timestamp of the debate.
Where he does that?
Yeah.
Okay, 57 minutes and 30 seconds is what it says.
Thank you.
Okay, what do you mean 24 degrees, Peter? What the fuck? That's cold. That's freezing.
No,
What's the temperature where the sun don't shine?
freezing is 0.
What?
Freezing is this is America, sir.
I mean, it's not. It's
freezing
not.
is 32 degrees.
It's
Okay.
not. It's not that
Because I'm
difficult.
proud to be an American.
Water freezes
I can't
at
hear you
0
over the sound of
degrees,
my freedom, Peter.
and it
We do
boils
not
at
use the
100
metric
degrees.
system in America.
It's 93 degrees here, Peter. So that
Fahrenheit.
yeah.
I'm going
Fahrenheit.
to.
F for fuck you.
I'm going to.
Yeah, you guys tried to pervert us into this fucking weird ass.
I just learned there are 16 ounces in a pound,
Oh,
and I'm
say,
fucking
can
living.
you see?
16. What the fuck kind of number is that?
454
I had no reason to
grams
actually
in a
look into
pound.
imperial measurements until now, and I'm frankly immediately regret finding this out. It makes some sense though, because a pound is defined as being 7,000 grains. That makes each ounce a nice round 37 and a half grains. And then, oh my word, oh my fucking actual God. Guess how many pounds there are in a stone?
I have no idea.
You'll never get it. It would be fucking impossible to guess. There are 14 pounds in a stone. That's a completely different fucking number.
Yeah. That's a British thing to begin with.
There's literally no way to know how many ounces there are in a stone. No one can know this.
Yeah, my friend bought like 14 pounds one time. We were pretty stoned for a long time.
I was sitting there yesterday in traffic and looking at the temperature gauge on my car. The service guy who worked on my car took the battery out, so everything kind of went back to default when he put it back in, and so it said, 24 Celsius or whatever, and I started thinking, and I found out there's just one number you need to remember, and that's 32, because when it's 0 degrees or freezing in Celsius, it's 32 degrees in Fahrenheit. And when it's hot, and I define hot as 90 degrees Fahrenheit, it's 32 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
so there are a couple points there that you can kind of grab onto as far as the extremes.
I would also like to add that both measurements, both measurements are the same at -40, which is odd.
That is odd. But it's a graph that crosses somewhere.
Okay then. So Atheist
That was
Jr.
the most boring conversation.
Not really.
I'm curious, Speed. How many ounces do go in a cup? And how come all the Americans have the same size of cup?
8 ounces in a cup.
I got a pretty big cup, but
8 ounces in a cup. I think.
Yeah, 8 ounces in a cup. 454 grams in a pound. If you know anything about drugs at all in the U.S., you will know that. So
that's a good conversion to remember right there from Top Dog.
Yep. Oh, wow, 0.62 kilometer. I hate kilometers. I just fucking hate them. They're so tiny.
Little teeny tiny kilometers.
Little teeny tiny kilometers. Oh my god, I hate it. I fucking hate it. Anyway, I'm gonna listen to something.
Took you long enough, Boomer.
You are added back, Atheist Jr.
I was in backstage for like 10 minutes.
Well, now you're not anymore.
Did I get booted or did I accidentally kick myself? I'm not sure.
You must have kicked yourself.
Justice.
Okay. I thought maybe Speed booted me because I was so patriotic he couldn't handle it.
Well, he might have. I can't really control what he does.
So I'm on my phone and sometimes I accidentally press the back button on my browser, just because, phone screens are sensitive.
And that's why boomers rule, because they use the internet on a device that is designed to go on the internet with, which is a computer.
Yeah, I'm just sometimes I'm too lazy because if no one else is going to be on camera, I'm not going to go to the trouble of setting up my webcam.
You don't have to set up your webcam. I'm not on camera.
Close the door.
That's what I'm saying. But I like to be able to walk around and talk, get a snack from the fridge.
I mean,
Just pick up your laptop.
Well, get a wireless headset, like I do.
So what the fuck is Miriam the Chimera? Is that what that is? Chimera? Is that what you are?
No, we need to call him. We already decided when you were getting coffee, we need to call him Ant.
Oh.
I prefer the ant king, but fine, whatever.
You know those little animals that you step on? Ants.
Yeah.
And
figures.
I mean, this character is the ant king, so whatever.
Okay, guys.
Are we gonna show some of my video or show the LPP thing?
We're just gonna play. We're gonna play just a short little clip because Atheist Jr. is premiering this video at 4 p.m. Central Time.
If you're going to show it here, no one's going to go to your channel to watch it. Just saying.
We're going to show part of it.
Well, no, not even part of it. You should just stop screen sharing and show LPP. LPP getting. Sharing. Well, not you, Speed.
Oh, well. When the stream ends, all of the viewers are going to go over to my channel to see the rest of this incredible video.
Yeah, we're not going to listen.
And in theory.
Speed, you forgot to put Darth in the title.
Oh, shit. Anyway, we're not going to listen to any Nazis today.
I'm not a Nazi, you fucking dick.
Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to play a little bit. What the fuck?
Foreskin, how can a protozoa turn into a biology teacher?
That's funny.
Now, for the first time, they've seen this in 2019. Why have we been teaching this for 150 years? No evidence. If there was no evidence until February 20th of 2019, why were we teaching it for the last 150 years? Because it wasn't science. I don't think it's science now. I think what they've actually observed is colonization. A group of them decided to work together. If a group of people decide to work together to repel a common enemy, they build a fort and everybody get in the fort, and one guy says, I'll take care of the cannon. Somebody else says, I'll take care of the sniper rifle or whatever. That's colonization for predation, which is what you talk about. I will read the report and I'll do a critique on it if you'd like.
Well, what comes first? Then do you do kind of two?
You got to slow your text up a little bit, I think. Anyway, this is pretty interesting. So this is all the times that he basically addressed that little problem.
Come on.
I did edit some of the text for the live premiere.
Okay. Anyway, this is on AJ's channel at 4 p.m. and AJ will provide a link in the public chat, and I'll probably put it in the description if that's okay.
Yeah, what the video is, it is a chronological compilation of every time that somebody has brought up in a debate with Kent Hovind the example of Chlamydomonas algae evolving going from single cell to multicellularity. And over again, Kent Hovind says, "Oh, I'm gonna read this paper. I'm gonna check this out." And so over the course of 3 years, he never does that, and every time he acts like it's the first time he's hearing this argument, and he gives the same response every single time. It's pretty ridiculous.
Pete, can you go back to the screen?
Why? Do I have to?
Yes. Go back to where Hovind was full screen.
Yeah, you guys just... Okay, I'm working on it.
Okay. You were a little bit. Go back a little.
What?
Go back a little.
Oh, this part where he's having a stroke?
No, the part that you just played.
Oh, where the fuck was that? That was over here, so I don't know where that was.
Okay. See what's in the back?
Oh my god, it does say that. I thought you were joking. Turns to a button.
Wait, I'm confused. What happened? What's saying
It
what?
just says a protozoa.
No. In the back, just behind his head on the right.
Oh, I see.
It says Jurassic Balk. Like balk, 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 balk.
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
Speed.
Yeah.
Now make me full screen.
Peter.
Wow.
Hey, Jurassic can't call me Baba Hovind.
Wow.
Oh, God.
I actually
Wow.
made this before the boy drowned in his park.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be tasteful anymore, but
Yeah, some foresight back then.
yeah.
Yeah. Dinosaur Accident Land. I've also called it Drowning Adventureland.
Did we lose Rational Empiricist again?
Well, I think he bowed out and then wrote a message saying that if he has something spicy for the weather report, if you want to hear it, he'll come back in.
Well, I do. If you were here, it would be a lot fucking easier to switch over to that.
Yeah, you have your answer there, Andrew.
Yeah.
So click that link and come on back in.
What are we talking about? I just have to wait for a sec.
In other news, so you got some famous Formula One reporter that just joined, so we could discuss how today's trainings went.
And welcome everybody to today's amazing show. 5 lights, 4 lights, 3 lights, 2 lights, 1 lights, go! That's a totally different reference that nobody will get if they're outside of Formula One.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm outside.
Yeah.
So what's your take on Sir Lewis Hamilton?
Sir Lewis Hamilton, well, I would just say this just quickly, and then we'll drop the subject because it is dead boring for everybody else. I would just say one thing about it, which is, oh my God, Formula One is so boring when Red Bull are at the front of the field all the time.
Yeah.
I wish we could have a change. Anyway, there you go.
I mean,
And we need to do a crowdfunding thing because Leclerc has lost his front wing, so he'll need a new front wing.
I was going to use the same thing with Bernie Eccleston. Anyway, look, can we just drop Formula One? We'll save it till Monday. I have a show on Monday about it all. Peter will be on it, and he's now the producer, so it'll be fantastic.
Oh, am I? I didn't know, but
I believe you are, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong about many things.
We still need. So I think we should get in touch with Geo Sam first and see what we do for an intro, because
Yeah, he sent me the latest intro, so I will forward that to you, and I will do you a meme for the waiting screen and all of that stuff. But with that'll all be done on Monday, probably Monday evening at the very last moment.
I'm really looking forward to that. So people who haven't subscribed to Simon's Funk, and if you want to know what real racing is, I mean racing with right corners Go over and subscribe.
That would be real racing. Is that Formula One? Do they have right corners?
Formula One, yeah. Somebody
right
crashed today, and they broke the front wing. It cost them the best part of probably about $90,000, $100,000.
Broke the front wing.
Yeah, you know. It's right, they had a spare one in the garage. Anyway, stop it, Peter. Bad Peter. Let's talk about Kent Hovind and also the John Maddox fiasco.
John Maddox fiasco was next up. Jesus Christ, Atheist Jr., what the fuck? I mean, you think that's all I got to do today is add you back in the studio?
Yes. Just so you know, you've got a script that will take care of that for you.
I do? Oh, yeah, yes. I do. If I run it.
The chat wants to hear about Little PP.
Oh.
Play the timestamp video that I've so graciously provided the link to, Speed.
Oh, I'm working on it. You guys, you just fuck up.
I need a whip to start whipping Speed with.
Before you just get off the last video, I would like to make one quick comment, which was Erica was brilliant. I mean, she was brilliant with Kent. That's Erica all I'm going to say. Yeah, well, apart from being a brilliant woman, she was amazing with Kent, and I couldn't think of a better debate partner for our side, and I'm going to claim her as our side, even though I know nothing about biology.
I said yesterday, I'm glad Erica is on our side.
Are you on the side of biology, Simos?
I am on the side of biology, yes. And
good.
Yeah, good. Darwin is a distant relative, only because I live in the UK.
Because without biology, you'd be fucked.
just before you start this,
with biology, I'm fucked. So that's nice as well.
Yeah.
Speed, before you start this, can you explain what the hand sign is that Maddox is making there?
Okay.
No, Peter, don't go there. Don't go there.
Please don't go there. Okay.
It has a worse meaning than just okay. But
you're a European, Peter.
You see, Peter, I was innocent before I met you.
Well, yeah. Like, no. Okay, but hold on. Isn't...
Oh, wait a minute. No. You see how big you see how big the circle is? He can't be making that sign. I don't know. What are you talking about?
Look, it doesn't. It honestly, it doesn't matter. Okay, we should watch the savageness that is.
It's a clear sign. Everyone knows what it means.
Okay, just to address that question by Jerry. Jerry, you have to sub to my channel, and especially if you watched last week's Formula One video. We do discuss a lot of politics about GB and the Great Britain and Holland. I mean, in that particular video. Carry on.
Can you link your channel?
It's spooky out there. He's my head admin.
Everybody, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna play this.
Standard YouTube dumbass atheist talking point for people like Guts at Gibbon, who used it in the side chat. I think I saw her doing it earlier. She did in my debate with her. They try to use this. Oh, there's a simultaneous example going on.
All right, we're not going to take jabs at people when they're not here to defend themselves. So no more of that.
Well, say the same thing to people on the side chat, James. If you ever want to have me back here again, if you're going to try and tell me when I cannot make jabs.
I've already been telling.
You see that? If you ever want me back here again, he's so important to modern day debate.
Yeah, nice.
In the side chat.
I mean,
he's a regular Darth Dawkins.
Yep. Okay.
Do you want to give me an example?
I have spookied you, Simus.
No examples, huh? That's what I thought.
Okay, I was just doing it now.
Okay, did you fucking miss that now because you guys were talking? Okay, listen.
People in the side chat not to do insults, John. Do you want to give me an example?
Anyway.
No examples, huh? That's what I thought.
Oh, wow.
Put him in his place. That's fucking cool. I thought that was
what
awesome.
could Erica have possibly said to be a side jab or a jab or an insult?
I don't know. He would have to scroll way back. He probably.
I mean, she
don't know,
does.
probably-
You know, she does talk some salty talk sometimes with, you know,
Yeah.
the ignorance of the creationists and stuff. But it's not a. I would just love to see where she triggered him.
So Danny
and just to be fair, she does talk some salty talk, but she usually doesn't when she's talking to a creationist apologist in a set debate.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
so,
I think mainly it's because she's usually right. That's
Yeah.
probably what got under his skin.
she doesn't need it.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with Erica when she's right.
She wanted her wrench taken away from modern day debates so she could be a little more salty in the side chat last night.
Oh, cool.
She's brilliant. She's brilliant.
Yeah.
So I noticed Danny and Leo were going at it about something. I wanted to clip that part out. Did anybody catch the chat between them where Danny was talking about intelligent design or something? Nobody?
I did see hear a little bit of it, yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I don't think it was very much. Like, yeah.
Check it out.
I'm trying to think what they had a little bit of a disagreement, but it wasn't much.
Well, here was every now and then, John, he has a comeback. He has a real argument, and so this is it.
Are you wearing by sidebar, man? Are you wearing a onesie right now?
Yes, I am. I'm wearing a Snorlax onesie.
So, James, you brought me a guy who's wearing a onesie.
Do you have a problem with it?
Well,
I think it's comfortable.
You just can see me.
Anyway, what an asshole! I think that's all he did is insult this guy all the way through.
He went on and on about that in his after show too.
About the onesie?
Oh yeah. He went on and on with his guests about that.
Okay.
So basically, he's decrying a guy for wearing a mono hoodie when he believes in a monotheism. You get the parallel here. You get the parallel. He's criticizing. Go ahead.
What's a onesie?
Well, trousers and hood and top together.
Okay, so how could he? Okay, so it was an insult, right? Yeah. Okay,
Oh, it's supposed to be an insult, yeah.
It's supposed to be
How
an
can
insult.
you wear a onesie? That's what you put babies in, right?
Oh, okay. That was just stunning comeback on John's part. He's pretty smart.
I mean,
However,
if you don't have arguments, those are the comebacks that you're left with, right?
Yeah.
So is this right after he got bit slapped by James?
No, that.
Yeah, it is. I think he just got bitch slapped, didn't he?
No, that was at 29. The bitch slap was at 57. 29 was the onesie part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I've gone all the way back to the beginning. I don't know why. I don't know why I bookmark things, but
Not sure why it's intelligent design, because I don't think myself or my very well screened interlocutor are proponents of intelligent design. You see, we could run down the laundry list of everything that that my interlocutor has gone out there, thrown out there. However, I think he's just biting a piece off of the fruit from the poison tree. So, what I want to do today is
this is just his intro.
Mr. Maddox.
Okay. I'm not sure what's there. Let's go on here.
Wow, so that's the kind of stupidity you brought for me, huh, James? This kind of
all right, we don't want people insulting each other. So jump into it.
Well, he already started off his opening statement.
Yep. Insult. What else we got?
Because intelligent design suggests that there is a designer.
Yeah. Does that necessitate?
Who is that designer, and what is his mechanism?
No.
Who is that designer, and what is his mechanism?
No, intelligent design is whether or not there is evidence for or against one being necessary for something to exist. We do this in forensics all the time.
Yeah, and that was actually, I think AST has a good argument, but creationists hate that argument. They hate that fucking argument.
The moment you ask them who the designer is and what the mechanism is,
they get all pissed.
that you're going to piss them off because that's the answer they don't have.
You remember when I asked John that question on his stream several months ago, Speed, because he was that stream where he was doing nothing but bitching about how abiogenesis has never provided a viable model for how life develops naturally. And I came in and said, well, okay, you're criticizing abiogenesis because it can't give us a mechanism explaining how this occurred naturally. Sure, for the sake of the argument, I'll concede that. What's the mechanism by which God created life? And he couldn't answer, opting instead to mute me.
Yeah. Like if you knew nothing about oceans and you knew nothing about sand and water, and you came upon a beach where Paley's watch was, right? And you looked at all those sand grains all lined up like that in little ripples. What would you think? Would you think designer? Because it's, they're all lined up. I mean, the sand grains are almost the same size. Somebody must have chiseled them off a rock, and somebody must have lined them up with those little ripples. But if you knew nothing about oceans, but that's the point. The reason that you think Paley's watch is designed is because you know about watches, and you know about gears, and you know about workmen that sit in their shop and carve little gears with a file.
Exactly.
You just answered one of my questions.
What's that?
What was God doing before he created heaven and earth? He was making sand.
Oh, yeah, and lining it up on beaches with those little ripples, those nice little lines.
Somebody said there was a good analogy, and somebody said it's like coming across a watch on a beach, which is made of watches.
Yeah, on a beach of watches.
Yeah, the beach is.
I did want to say that the point that you're getting at, Speed, is a really, really good point, and I made it last night during Amy Newman's after show, that we don't look at any physical attributes of some object when inferring whether or not it's designed. We base it off of our prior experiences of those things being designed.
Yep. And that's what they absolutely will not accept. But of course, they have prior experience in that they read the Bible. They read Genesis, and that's what they believe. But they don't ever want to talk to you about that. They don't ever want to say that out loud. And hence this whole debate turned into just a shit show, because that was AST's approach. He's not a biologist, not a molecular biologist. And he just kept coming at John with that, and John was not having any of it.
But he is a big cutie in a onesie, so there is that.
So his name is Actual Socialist Trash,
Mm-hmm.
but who is he? What's he known for?
I don't know. I know he's been around in the comment section on MDD. I don't know if he has a channel. I don't know if he does videos. I think he does. I
think he was a little nervous during the debate.
Yeah, there is a link.
He must be new.
Well, the reason, and I do think John won the debate, but that's primarily because they didn't really talk about intelligent design. They should have just titled the debate "A Discussion on Bioinformatics," because that's what the debate was about.
So here's his. He does have a YouTube site, and I will put it in the description. So
John seems to be getting more aggressive. You think?
I just wanted to address what Leo just said there. And there's a definite point to what Leo said. I mean, debates aren't about who's right or wrong. They're about who has the better rhetoric.
Performance.
Yeah.
They're performative. That's what they are.
Sure. Okay, well, there's no point in me finishing the sentence, because, they're performative. So there is that, although obviously when one is actually interested in the topic, it's not about that performative nature. It's more about the arguments. And so that's where the confusion often comes.
But I mean, John's performance is that he insults the other person, and it's not even funny. It's not even funny. It's just pure mean.
I do think he was actually...
It's passive-aggressive condescension.
Yes.
I'm not sure it's a very good tactic in a debate at all, because it does make him look a bit of an idiot. But that's besides the point. If an idiot can win a debate, then he does it.
He gets a ton of views because he got 3,091 views because 3,060 people love to watch him be an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, let me put it to you a slightly different way. Basically, his debate is idiotly designed.
Yeah, idiotly designed.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question. Does he seem to be like a little more aggressive, like just in recent?
He's getting
times?
worse.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I thought so.
It is not going to serve him. It is going to start to hurt him if he doesn't change his.
I think I think he's living in sin. I think he's hiding something. He needs to repent. He definitely needs to repent.
Well, he's definitely not going to heaven, and he's definitely going to hell.
I think he's got a relationship that he's hiding, and I don't know what that relationship is. It could be something, whether it's a relationship with a woman or a man, I don't know, but he's definitely living in sin, and he needs to repent.
Well, isn't it ironic that he's put a wall in the background? It's like he's standing against a wall, just waiting for the firing squad.
Yeah, that is appropriate. First one up against the wall after the revolution. Anyway, yeah, I don't think there's much more in this debate worth going over. So the after show was interesting. Bill Morgan got on there, and Bill Morgan was talking about how he had just gotten back from witnessing, and he witnessed to I don't know, a Somalian couple or a woman or somebody from somewhere. And then he witnessed to some teenagers who had no meaning in their life. And he was telling them about Jesus's meaning. And then he asked the question, what are atheists going to tell these teenagers, that are struggling for meaning in their life? That sort of thing. They're going to tell, they makes the point that what are you going to tell them? They could go out and get run over by a car. At any moment, you could get run over by a car. And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, that's kind of a dark outlook.
Well,
what the fuck?
That's why evolution made the young quick.
Yeah. Anyway,
as opposed by becoming a Christian, knowing that you can be raptured at any time.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So wait, when people rapture, did their clothes go with them, or do they just end up a bunch of naked people are going to be floating up in the sky?
That's interesting. The answer, actually, Leo, is only if it's a onesie.
Yeah, we should ask Gavin that. Ask Gavin; he would know.
Well, maybe that's why he doesn't wear a lot of clothes. He's just waiting for Jesus to beam him up to heaven. At any given instant, you never know when it's going to happen. Guys! I'm going.
And it's that oneness with God, right?
Help! I don't want to go. No, you can't take me.
I think Andrew's going to come in. But there were some, let me see. Okay, BrainBug sent me a couple of links. And one is, let me see here. You want to pop them in, Scott? Hang on a second. BrainBug sent a couple of links, which I'm going to put in the description. And one of them is to the, where the hell is it? Oh, why am I losing this? One of them is to the Fruit Fly Brain Observatory, which I just want to show quickly here. Let's see, Chrome tab, Fruit Fly Brain Observatory. And I have not looked at this too much yet, but depends on the Christian you ask. Many believe clothes will be with them. Others think you transform into a spiritual body that looks like a Ken doll. Or whatever, your junk is gone. It's like, fuck, my junk is gone. Send me back. It's like, that's what I'm imagining. Anyway, so this is exploring the Fruit Fly Brain Observatory. And I don't know if, let's see, Fruit Fly Brain Observatory. And they have a whole bunch of stuff here. Explore? I don't know. I'm exploring. Well, I guess I'm not impressed yet, but resources. What is going on here? Boy, I should have actually checked this website out before I did this.
Oh, Erica, by the way, has just explained what she said to trigger little PP.
Oh, she did. Scroll through my comments. I wasn't an outright jerk until he tried to be a weenie and call me out. Up until that point, I was just explaining why his arguments were dumb. Yeah, he doesn't like that, Erica. So you don't want to do that to him. Anyway, this thing goes through a whole bunch of visualizers and I did find some more interesting things for the fruit fly brain, which we have mapped out extensively. So Anyway, I'll put that link in the chat. And another thing was the glia of the adult fruit fly. And the other one was virtual insect brain protocol, creating and comparing standardized neuroanatomy. So anybody that's interested in the brain of the fruit fly and arguments for why the fruit fly is conscious should check this site out. So actually, they don't make that argument, but I do. Anyway.
Very interesting.
I will try to put those in the description for any fruit fly brain people. Fruit fly brain enthusiasts is what this is about. So, Andrew. Hello, Andrew. Andrew's muted.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I heard my name.
Yeah, you said you had something interesting. It damn well better be interesting.
Yeah, I had some controversial and interesting topics to discuss whenever we were done with the video. Are we done with the video?
We're done.
Okay. So I have two things. They're both on phylogenetics because that's my new thing nowadays. I guess I'll share my screen for the first thing.
Oh my God, I just put it together. BrainBug sent me a thing on the fruit fly brain. I'm a little slow. Anyway.
All right. Let me know when I'm sharing when my screen shows up.
Somebody got to put it in the stream. Scott, are you sleeping?
What do you want?
Are you working? Well,
I was actually looking for that point in the in the modern day debate where Erica typed something and then John went off.
Oh, yeah, it would be interesting to look at that.
What did I miss?
What horrible thing? Nothing. It's just that we had to put Andrew's screen up. Okay, you're on, Andrew.
Okay,
talk to us.
So I just put together this little very heavily simplified animal phylogenetic tree based on some new information I got recently. So I guess going from left to right, which, by the way, folks, isn't how you read a phylogeny. Actually, no, screw that. I'm going to go up, down. So within Animalia, you have the first lineage to split off is the one leading to sponges periphera. And then within Metazoa, the next lineage to branch off leads to group containing probably cnidarians and what are called comb jellies called ctenophores. There's actually a recent debate going on, or not. I don't know how wide it is, but for a few years now, there's been some controversy over whether periphera or ctenophores are the sister group to all other animals. So there are some arguments for both sides. I think, me personally, I kind of think sponges are sister group to all other animals. But yeah, it's not exactly clear. So I just put that there because that's the most common phylogeny I see. But
is that from genetics or is that from something else? That there's this controversy.
There are arguments from both morphology and genetics, but I think most of the controversy comes from genetics.
Okay.
From different models of sequence evolution. Anyways, so this area generally over here is kind of unresolved currently. So this is a best guess. So then within Metazoa, we also have the group Bilateria, which, as its name suggests, is all animals with bilateral symmetry or who had ancestors with bilateral symmetry, as we'll get to echinoderms in a sec. So first I'm going to go over protostomes, which their name suggests when they're developed. Huh?
Mouth first.
Yes.
Mouth first, as opposed to aspirin
actually
first.
Right, that's the thing actually. So both are kind of variable, so it's not exactly that clear cut, but it's a general description. There are also developmental reasons, which I can't recall right now, but generally protostomes are lumped together and deuterostomes are lumped together. So both are monophyletic. Within protostomes, you have the clade Spirelia, also called oh darn it, I forgot the name. But includes things like mollusks such as snails and octopuses. Yes, that's the correct term. Octopuses, not octopi. And annelids like earthworms and leeches, rotifers, which by the way have mostly female populations, I believe. And things probably flatworms, I think, over here. I'm not sure if that is resolved as well. And yeah, so that's Spiralia. And then the other side, the other branch, sorry, we have Ecdysozoa. I'm probably butchering that. Containing nematodes and arthropods, or more precisely panarthropods. So first to split off, you probably have velvet worms, and then you have tardigrades, and then you have true arthropods such as insects, crustaceans, myriapods like centipedes and millipedes, and chelicerates such as scorpions and spiders and mites and ticks. And then on the other side, the other branch of Bilateria, we have deuterostomes, which includes echinoderms and their relatives, such as sea star, sea urchin, sea cucumbers, and sea lilies.
And Darwin.
Yes, and Darwin. And all other chordates. First to split off from chordates would be the cephalochordata. So things like lanceolets, look it up. Then urochordata, which would be things like sea squirts, also look that up. And then true chordates, chordata, containing vertebrates, such as, well, you know, the rest of it, because everything you probably think of as an animal is a vertebrate. So yeah, that's just a little thing I put together because I find it fascinating that these groups that look nothing alike actually share more in common with each other than things that do look like them.
Yep. So. Yeah, the starfish there, or whatever. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
More properly called sea star because it's not actually a fish. Starfish is kind of a misleading term.
Yeah,
so
that's what we call them.
Stars.
That's what we call them colloquially, right?
Yeah.
I have something to share with you guys, if I may. When Andrew is finished, I don't know if he's done yet.
Yeah,
anyway, that's pretty cool. That is a nice simplified diagram to start with. We're getting all this stuff straight, but how controversial is it, or how accepted is that particular diagram?
Pretty accepted. Besides, like I said, the exact relationship between sponges, cnidaria, and ctenophores is a bit uncertain.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of I think it's generally settling down among sponges are the sister group to all animals, but still a little bit of debate on that. Anyways,
one of the biggest
my next thing.
One of the biggest challenges in understanding phylogeny is coming up with nice, simple maps like that to start with. You know, they kind of go from the top, from the 50,000 foot view, and then drilling down into each one as you go along.
I mean, heavily simplified. I didn't even talk about acelomorph flatworms, or placozoans, or Nematoean worms, or there are probably others I can't remember right now. But yeah, it's really complex.
Just a heads up, Speed. I'm sharing my screen whenever you're ready.
I know you are.
This was posted by our good friend and resident quantumologist.
Just now?
John Maddox. No, about an hour ago.
Oh, no, so he is listening.
Of course. He's listening, and he had to make a community post telling everybody that he is.
Oh my goodness!
I found this somewhat amusing.
Coming after me today.
I love it.
Again,
I love it.
He's quick.
Oh,
I
that's
think I
just
have-
one fantastic.
I think I have free rent in John's head.
Ah,
No,
no, I'm just
apparently-
guessing. Has anybody in this room never worn a onesie? Let me just ask that question.
Dude, I
I
used to
don't
wear
think
those
so.
in bed all the time when I was like in elementary school. But I did want to say, apparently
Thank
he
you.
thinks
Thank you,
we're
Leo.
all a bunch of borderline idiots. We're idiots to the point that apparently he doesn't want to have a discussion with any of us on any of these topics.
Yeah, how come you aren't in the chat, John, talking to people and defending your bullshit performance last night?
Hey, just give me the mechanism.
Could you scroll up again, Leo?
Yes, I can.
I wasn't done reading.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. The title character of the daily get-together. Yeah, he's often the
Doddering
title
idiots. I love it.
The title
Doddering
character,
idiots.
he doesn't occupy that much of the show, actually. Thanks, guys. Because, John, you don't have enough content to actually run to get us through 2 hours. You're good for about 15 minutes of yucking it up, and that's about it.
That's
Thanks,
all
guys.
it takes to refute his arguments. I mean, just like the semantic, semantic information or whatever the hell it was called that he had up. Who was it in the side chat 25 minutes ago said that it might have been Immutable, said that he apparently LPP said, this must have been last night or something, that we're taking that argument too seriously. And I'm just like, I didn't say this, but in my head, I'm like, but that's the point of a formal argument. You're supposed to take it seriously. Are you just mad that it was poorly formed? Well, I mean, at least you can say that Mindben formed it, not you. So can't really blame you for that one, John.
Are you kidding?
Didn't much at all. So
Scott, is this it? This is the trigger?
This is the trigger.
Again,
She does go on to say a couple more stringent things later, but no, this is what triggered it. That's the only thing of substance. I mean, I can go back and look at other things she said, but this was what was said around the time he
Did she make any reference to his inadequate manhood?
none that I saw.
Lil PB. Anyway, I don't know why John doesn't come in and defend himself on our streams in chat. You could do it in chat, or we'd even invite you into the room to talk about it. So.
Come join us, John. I will.
Yeah, I would love
you on Phylogenex
to see a discussion between Speed and John on this topic, especially bioinformatics. I think that would be, but he won't do it. I already know he won't. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to have a discussion with Speed about that, especially if I didn't really understand the subject either.
So,
Andrew. I was just gonna say, his common response his only response when I bring up Phylogenex and I'm like, hey, you want to talk Phylogenex? He says, have you gone and looked at all the minutia of the underlying fields behind it? Like, am I getting this wrong? Like, it seems equivalent to saying I need to understand quantum mechanics to know that classical physics works. Like, am I misunderstanding what he's saying?
I was very close to guessing that because I would have thought he would have said, "Oh yeah, but you're wearing boxer shorts."
Yeah. Speed.
I don't even know what that is.
Speed, I got a question. Can you make me full size again?
I can make you full size.
And then I do have one more controversial statement.
Now
look at those handsome fellers.
No, now.
Now what?
Okay, now Peter, you ready to clip this?
There you go.
Nice. Look at that handsome face.
Oh, John.
That is pretty good.
Oh, Peter, that's very good.
Peter, you got to send that to me.
Very good.
For some reason, now that I have that script installed, it's got an answer. It's got my icon on top of all of the content. I don't know why.
Say that again.
I'm looking at my icon on top of the content, so it's covering part of that picture. So, but anyway, that's a handsome bunch of fellas.
Ironically, it is the one on the right that's got the small peepee as well that you can see by the trousers. That's ironic.
He's
same
kinda
time,
tiny. He's
the
kinda
same
tiny.
time, extremely Shakespearean. Anyway, in the meantime, will someone get these ugly fuckers off my screen?
Oh, there you go. Request granted. Okay. So Andrew, you went on the stream last night with Bill Morgan and John, and I was listening while with the lights off and wasn't
I
watching the
didn't get to
stream.
say anything of much importance.
Did you get booted?
No, I just left because they weren't really letting me chime in.
Okay, yeah.
Or I didn't feel like I really had a good reason to chime in at that point because it was getting pretty late. But anyways, so are you guys ready for my controversial statement?
Yes. I love hot takes. Lay it on me.
Okay. All right. So any paleontological people in the side chat right now, I'm about to make your blood boil. Transitional forms don't exist.
Ooh,
No, that's 100% correct. They don't exist because every form is a transitional form from something to something else. Well, like it's so uninformative to say something's transitional. Yeah, it means Andrew is 100% correct. They don't exist. It means nothing.
I would like to lay out some other reasons as well, if it's okay with you guys.
Yeah, well, they don't exist anymore. That's for damn sure. But go ahead.
So my take on this is more of a phylogenetics take. But basically, from some of this information I've gotten from actual professors, and they agree that the term transitional form is a very loaded term. It's basically reminiscent of clades beget clades, which isn't at all how evolution works. At each, oh, go ahead. Did someone say something?
Yeah, I heard something.
What's clades?
Clade, CLADE, a clade.
Yes. Okay, sorry. Go on.
Yeah, but for anyone in the audience, a clade is a common ancestor and all of its descendants. So it's that group, basically.
Okay, got it.
Speed, you got email.
I do. Good.
You've got mail.
I got mail.
So
who else
so
remembers
basically-
hearing that? I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. Basically, if you want to define transitional form as a hypothetical ancestor placed at a node, which would be a speciation event in this context, you would have to show, for instance, that the species in question has no autapomorphies of its own. Basically, does it have any unique traits that are unique to it only, in contrast to synapomorphies, which are shared unique traits? So kind of like, this is all relative, of course, because what's shared and unique for one group can be shared and ancestral for another group. But in order to show that the common ancestor has no autapomorphies is pretty much impossible at this moment in time. So that way of looking at it, both from clades beget clades and a hypothetical ancestor at a node between two branches. So those two definitions of transitional forms don't hold any merit. And the definition that that transitional forms have a mix of ancestral and derived traits of, well, more specifically, or more properly called plesiomorphic and apomorphic traits, respectively. Like Leo said earlier, all species have a mix of plesiomorphic and apomorphic traits. So in that sense, all species could be considered transitional, and therefore the term kind of loses its original meaning. And this is kind of why I think, at least, that transitional forms don't exist, in the sense that the term itself is pretty loaded, because it comes from a time where we didn't know much about phylogenetics, and now we do know stuff about phylogenetics. So why are we still using this? So I'm pretty sure this is going to be taken out of context if any creationist hears this, but Anyways, that's why I want to share.
Yeah, a really good analogy for that would be the fact that we call particles particles when particles are not actually particles.
Uh-oh.
Wait, say that again?
What you're saying about the term transitional form or transitional fossils or transitional species, what have you, and how it's kind of loaded in it. Ultimately, it doesn't really mean anything, and certainly doesn't accurately describe what we know, given our improved knowledge, is akin to how, when we first kind of discovered what they were, we thought that protons and neutrons and electrons actually were particles, and we know now that, despite the fact that we call them particles, that really isn't what they are.
Well, your mama.
So the term particle is much like the term transitional species, fossil form, what have you. It just superfluous. It's kind of uninformative. It doesn't really tell you anything.
Yeah. Andrew, your mama was a transitional form.
That was mean.
But kind of true. We're talking about ancestors, right? We're just talking about ancestors. Yeah, it's kind of a misleading term.
Speed. Would you say that to John Maddox's face? Because I don't know if you have the balls.
The cojones.
The proverbial C.O. Jones.
Proverbial C.O. Jones.
He always used to say the proverbial C.O. Jones.
Yeah.
You guys are so disappointing.
I know.
I was hoping for some more controversy to defend my assertion, but there was none here. I'm kind of sad.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you expect? With the kind of people that are in here are the kind of people that change their mind when they're presented with reasonable data informing a change of mind.
Do a really good job of explaining plesiomorphy, synapomorphy, and automorphy to the group. Or do you need like a drawing board for that?
Oh, you want me to explain it? Sure, I can explain it.
Yeah.
Just to help you out, Andrew, I object. I find that statement, sir, to be controversial. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, he's not.
I'm throwing him out.
Oh no!
If you disagree with the consensus around here, we toss your butt out.
Yeah, we're like academia. The minute you disagree with us and you have evidence to back it up, we don't change our opinion and move forward. We kick you out and vilify you.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Just like academia does, don't you know?
Just like the woke mafia.
Yep. The liberal woke academics that just hate God, and so they're trying to force our kids to believe that like explosions created everything, and that stars could just form on their own through gravity and stuff like that. No, that's bullshit. Gravity doesn't act on gases, guys. Come on now.
Okay, Orge is pretty mad at you, so you should probably start with that topomorphies.
Leo, what gravity acts on?
Everything, technically. Or it should.
No.
Oh.
Gravity.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Speed. I saw that too.
What? What?
What?
I beg you, what?
What? Are you wearing a onesie right now?
Yeah.
So, someone is being put on a leash.
I know.
Okay, Andrew, we're disappointing you so much.
No, sorry, my dogs are moving around, so I don't want to.
No, but Leo said that gravity acts on gravity, and I'm not sure that's right.
No, I was quoting something Otangelo said. That's obviously wrong. I was doing it sarcastically, where he said gravity does not act on gases, which is false. It does. We've seen it act on gases. It's how stars are formed.
Okay.
My bad.
Not according to Otangelo. We have a question here, Andrew, for you.
Sorry, it doesn't act on your gases, Leo.
Oh no, man! I think my fart probably dripped downward.
I need to reply to something in the chat. Ian Chen has said that's not a real photo because Gavin has pants on. You have a point.
Yeah, maybe you better do a little editing.
Yeah, I'll do a little editing.
Okay. So Andrew, we have a question from Jess.
So to respond to your question, Dessel, I think that's, if I'm understanding your question correctly, that's basically what I was saying before. Like all species inherit plesiomorphies from their common ancestors and have derived apomorphies of their own. So in that sense, every species is transitional. So you would be correct. That's what I said earlier, if that makes sense. So to explain what apomorphies versus plesiomorphies are, I'll use an example here, and I think it's a pretty good example. Basically, just to showcase the relativeness of the term. So a plesiomorphy is a trait that is shared but is ancestral to the group under study, for instance. So looking at hummingbirds or any kind of bird in general, the trait feathers would be plesiomorphic because it's shared, but it's shared by all birds under the study, so it's ancestral. Whereas if you were to look at birds in comparison to crocodiles, feathers would now be apomorphic because feathers are shared by all birds, but not by any crocodiles. And if you were to put non-avian dinosaurs in the mix, you would find that feathers are shared between non-avian dinosaurs and birds, but not by crocodiles. So now that's a synapomorphy because it's shared by those two groups and unique to them in comparison to the outgroup, in this case, the crocodile. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's basically what those three terms mean. They're all relative to the group under study. Oh, okay. You're welcome, Vessel.
So Orge seems pretty angry.
Why?
Well, he says he's going to app his morphe. Where is it?
I don't know what that means.
He's going to tap your morphes. Orge has.
I don't know what that means still.
Okay. Well, it can't be good. We know. So Ed the mute. Your devices are not connected for some reason. I don't know what happened to you.
Who?
But they're not. Ed the mute. Oh, there you go. No, he was on for a second. Now his devices are not connected again. We're trying. You keep dropping out.
Thanks, Speed, for letting me share some spicy science on the cake that is the stream.
That's so spicy. I'm having to drink some water just to handle the spiciness.
The spiciness, yeah. The controversy. So let's see what else. I didn't look. So how long did you hang around John's after show?
I guess about an hour. Like I said, that's pretty much all he said to me when I brought up phylogenetics, was that I didn't understand the minutia of the underlying information and stuff like that. Therefore, I guess I wasn't supposed to talk about it. I don't really understand his argument.
That's a logical fallacy. Oh, fuck. What's the name of that fallacy? Saying that, oh, Jesus. I know that the argument that John would have been presenting there, well, because you don't understand this more like fundamental thing, therefore you can't understand this broad thing. There's a name for that. That's a fallacy, and I can't think of the name of the fallacy. But that is a logical fallacy.
Composition or something? Was that anything about composition?
Is get your armpits up again, and you'll know it.
Wow. Oh, so Immutable put together a little document about John's argument yesterday. His what the fuck was the argument about why semantics? His argument about semantics, and we turned it into really good formal logic. Because the guy that turned it into formal logic didn't do that good a job. And anyway, but Immutable is not around. Apparently, he was going to come in and talk about it. So maybe we'll do it another time. But anyway, the argument is just so juvenile and so sophomoric that it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I do have to say during John's stream, I was able to reconnect with my good friend Cheryl. You remember her?
Oh yeah, did you get your threesome or?
Oh yeah, well no, I don't know. She's playing hard to get. I reconnected with her last night, and I told her she approached me. I did not say anything to her, and so she said, she commented to me first, and I told her that that I thought that Gavin was seemed to be getting beat up a lot lately, on praises streams. So I told her that I was there for them, and if they needed me for anything, I would be glad to get together. And she seemed to be not too welcoming. She didn't seem to take me up on the offer, so I'm really upset.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is so sad for you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the chat right now, and
I think she's going to call the FBI on me.
Well, she just has to call her brother-in-law or something, right? Because
yeah,
that's equivalent of calling the FBI.
Because she's still a secret agent, so she hasn't let her identity out yet. She's still classified.
Yeah.
So she can't do it herself, so she has to call a family member.
Did you get that information from Von Helton, perchance?
Yes. He had his tinfoil hat on too.
Must be true.
Yep. Didn't he wear a tinfoil hat one time? I never got to see that, but
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about
did.
that.
I
did.
Who did what?
Do you have to wear a tinfoil hat while Standing for Truth is streaming?
Yeah.
I had a tinfoil hat set up one time. I don't know what the hell I did with it. Not sure.
I actually got on the stream once, I think, a long time ago.
And the creationists just fucking loved it. Smokey just loved it. Everybody loved it. It was a hit. It was a big hit. So.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did. With my tinfoil. My tinfoil hat is guarding my microphone setup for my cats, I think. That's what I ended up doing with it. Anyway.
Yeah, I was really disappointed.
I should wear it more often.
Yeah,
I think. Let's see what else is going on.
Leo, can you stop blowing into the microphone?
I'm not.
Somebody is.
It's mute. The guy that's
I think
mute.
it's Ed.
Ed, are you blowing your microphone?
Ed, stop breathing so heavy. You get me excited.
Am I what?
You're breathing heavy, and you're getting me very excited.
I'm breathing heavy. Oh.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't take a lot. So.
Yep.
Doesn't take a lot.
What we're saying is that when you exhale, we can hear it in the mic.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Leo.
It's to move
No,
the mic further away from your.
My headache
mouth.
wasn't bad enough already. Thank you for that.
Hey, Leo.
Hi.
Get your headache worth it.
Did you find the name of the fallacy?
No.
I came up with a name. This is probably not it. Let me just say that right out. Is it a counter argument from ignorance? Okay, that one's gone over.
Wait,
That's a philosophical joke. That's
That
another
one-
philosophical joke.
That went over Leo's head.
Well, no, I
Right.
didn't.
No,
I didn't.
It wasn't even
Stand.
a counter argument from ignorance. Right? No, there is such a thing as the argument from ignorance. Right? But this was your counter argument is rubbish because you don't know anything.
I think that's LPP's standard argument. Not
Yeah,
sure,
that's kind of what I was getting at. But anyway, philosophical jokes don't go well on this channel. Oh dear.
Fruit fly brain.
Ooh, what's that?
A fruit fly's brain.
Really?
That's what that is.
Yep.
Huh? They look like
100,000 neurons, and you think that those little fuckers aren't out there planning. Look at that. You don't take them seriously, do you? You
No.
think
I
they're
tell
just
you,
little tiny
when they rise up, they're going to have vengeance on us for all the shit we've done to them in the lab.
I think we should take them seriously because they don't wear onesies. Have you noticed that?
I thought when John Maddox had his surgery and he showed his X-ray when he had that surgery, I thought it looked just like that.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Wow.
Hello, I'm back.
It was very
X-ray,
similar,
X-ray.
just a few less neurons. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Who's
Speak.
back?
Yeah, Andrew.
I'm gonna have to head out now, but thanks for having me on and letting me add to the stream.
God damn it, we bored you again.
Thank you for adding to the stream.
Oh no, I guess I got to go take care of some stuff soon. So
Okay. Thank you for
Really, Andrew.
coming on.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you
Bye,
for the
guys.
information.
So I want to look more into this goddamn fruit fly viewer. I got to figure out how to use it. So, okay, they have some videos. I'm trying to find it. Fruit fly brain observatory.
Andrew
Ooh.
left as soon as I came in. Does that tell you something? By the way, I'm joking, obviously.
Yeah, we're all leaving midnight.
I'm going back to my game.
Or Miriam, the Chimera.
Almost bicameral.
What are you playing?
Portal Unity, which is a Portal mod.
Portal Unity. What that shit is?
What? I didn't. What did he say?
He said that's a great game.
No.
Portal Unity sounds like a Jordan Peterson wannabe PlayStation game.
Well, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with Jordan Peterson.
Sounds like.
I'm playing a much more interesting game. It's called Old School RuneScape.
I mean, Portal is more interested in RuneScape.
No, it's not. There aren't dragons in that game, and you can't fight them. You can't use magic to like fight off goblins and go on epic quests. No, I'm sorry. It does not beat RuneScape. Nope.
I mean, not yet, but I'm pretty sure somebody's going to make a mod of that. Hey, portals with dragons. That would be fun.
Then it might be on par.
I think you watched too much of a Big Bang Theory TV show.
I don't actually have access to cable right now. What the fuck is this? Dude, if I'm not a member, why are you trying to put me on a member's world when you fucking dumb... God damn. Fix your fucking launcher, Jagex. Come on.
Talk about Tourette's.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I was about to say that you must have gotten your browser Tourette's from Leo somehow.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What the fuck
NLP server not available. Damn, I can't look at this brain map of the fruit
shit,
fly.
this is busy.
What is this map of? Anyway.
This is a fruit fly brain, but anyway, I'm trying to get this browser to work, and their server is not available right now, so I can't look at it.
Is it fruit fly is 100,000 neurons, isn't it?
Yep, 100,000 neurons.
So that's 10 to the minus 10. What a human brain is?
I don't know. I ain't gonna do that math. It's what we've got. 30 billion neurons, or actually, I think 100 billion if you include the cerebellum. And I don't know. Go ahead, go for it. 9, 10, 11. Okay, and we got what? 5. So 6. So 1 million times smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a human simplified version.
Yeah. So 1 million times smaller, but I still think there's consciousness there. It starts there.
And I apologize, my Russian version of speaking at this moment.
I got a good question for Leo. Planck size. I watched a little short video on what Planck size, Planck length.
I'll show you guys
and
something.
that
cool.
is friggin' incredible. How small that is.
Yes,
How
it
the hell
is.
do we measure? How do we measure?
We
that
don't.
friggin'
We can't.
small?
That is a theoretical
That's-
limit. We've actually never measured a Planck length before.
What do you mean you do? What do you mean you do- we don't? It is established.
It's a
Mathematically, it's never been observed. We've never measured a Planck length. It's too small.
Obviously.
We have no instruments that would be capable of that, and we probably won't ever be able to get instruments capable of it.
How can the fuck?
Well, you're so
establish-
pessimistic, Leo.
What?
No.
You're so pessimistic.
Well, no, it's in order to. There are things like gravitons. If they exist, I don't think that they do, because I don't think that if there's particles, there wouldn't be particles of gravity. It'd be particles of space time. That's tangential. We would never be able to know because they are so small. An instrument that would be capable of detecting them would end up so large that it would collapse in on itself and become a black hole.
I still think you're being pessimistic.
Well, it's not about being. Well, then the laws of physics are pessimistic, not me.
Leo, I'm fucking with you. Relax.
Oh well, I didn't know that.
Leo never figures that out until later.
You have to remember, I have Asperger's. I don't.
It's not an excuse.
Pick up. It kind of is actually.
Yeah, could be. Are you wearing a onesie right now?
Me? No, I'm wearing a cutoff.
I hope he's not a leopard onesie.
God damn it, Speed! Share my screen.
Oh,
I have something much more interesting going on.
Well, I'll just say this to Leo quickly.
Oh
How
God,
do
is
you
this
know
a
you're
fucking
not?
video game?
How do you know you're not wearing a onesie if it's less than the Planck size?
Is this a real video?
Yeah, this is me playing the glorious game known as RuneScape.
This is
that is shit.
That is like you can see the fucking game being rendered in real. Like what the
Wait,
fuck?
hold on. You're telling me you've never played RuneScape before? That's all.
No.
Like everything you're saying just says, "Hey, I've never played like a computer game before."
No, I haven't. No, hold on. I never
Did
played.
you say
RuneScape.
RuneScape?
No, hold on.
RuneScape.
Hold on.
Right here.
Hold on. Look. I played
Okay,
RuneScape.
I thought I was gonna have to kick you out.
Speed. Let me. I'm getting confused here. I have not played RuneScape, but I've played other video games, and in fact, I've also learned how to make them myself. What's happening there is just it's rendering. What the fuck is it called?
Yeah, it's called old school RuneScape. This is what the game looked like back in the 2002 when it came out, dude. That's the whole point. It's a nostalgic game. The actual RuneScape does not look like it. This, like with the graphics improved 10,000 times, would be what RuneScape 3, like the actual. This is just the servers as they existed in the early 2000s, restored for nostalgic reasons for players, and that's why they call it old school RuneScape.
Yeah,
so I'm essentially playing the game as it appeared in 2002. Through 2007.
No, there are many other games from 2002 that didn't look as shit as this.
Well, that's because they probably are not Java games.
Look, all I see is a bunch of dudes looking for other dudes. You sure this ain't RuneScape?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, and are you sure this is old school? Because
Yes.
I can tell you about old school.
Yeah,
but then
Well,
King's
I had to
Quest.
grow up with
Remember King's
Atari
Quest?
and playing table tennis. How about that?
Exactly, 1973.
Yeah. Yep.
Pong.
I think
It sucks that I can't get on my main account, because if I could, I'd do some PKing and show you guys how you fuck people up in this game. But I don't have access to that account, and it sucks ass.
Yeah, you're confusing with someone that gives a shit, I think.
Yeah, I think I spent $10,000 on King's
I mean,
Quest. For my sons.
I give a shit. I give a shit about video games and how they look because I have learned how to program them a little bit.
Well, there are literally hundreds of millions of people worldwide that absolutely love this game, and
That's
have
fair.
for 2
No,
decades.
that's fair. I'm only taking the piss because it's something to take the piss out. I don't actually mean it.
How can you fuck people up? As
In a video game, by
fuck
PKing,
people
you can kill other players in the game. Granted, you can only do it in certain regions. I don't have an account that's capable of PKing right now. If I could get on my actual account that I started back in 2007, fuck yeah, we'd be doing some PKing.
So Midnight.
Yes.
If you like programming games, why don't you do my soft body cell model for me? There's a game worth playing. And
You're what? I mean, I guess we could talk about it. We could talk about it some other time. But
soft body cell model. Cells that basically squish against each other, and they're sticky, and there's
that sounds very interesting, and an excuse to use soft body physics.
yes, that's what we need, soft body physics. But we need to have them squishable, and we need to have a few other properties on the inside. As the microtubules form and pull one side of the cell in, and the other side squishes out. We have to show how a neural tube develops.
Microtubules are not demonstrable. They
They're
have not
demonstrable.
No, they have not been. They have not been demonstrable to be true.
What?
I mean, what exactly? What?
Yes.
Speed. Can you do magic?
Yes. Microtubules. Roger Penrose.
Oh, you're talking about Jack Me Off and Hammer
Stuart
Skull?
Hammeroff and Roger Penrose.
Hammer Skull.
Their orchestrated objective reduction OR model, which has been laughed out of almost every academic institution that it's been presented
Hammer
at.
Goof. Hammer Goof. Oh, you have microtubules and almost
How am I
every
doing this
cell.
motherfucking bad, dude? Are you kidding me right now?
Speed. Is my microphone working?
No.
No.
Okay. Speed. Make me full screen.
Oh, good. Thank God I can get rid of this fucking game. Where are you, Peter?
Crush -2.
Okay. Now clap your hands.
Clap your hands, everybody.
What the fuck?
Everybody, clap your hands. Oh, you fucking little bitch. Little noob ass motherfucker.
I'd still like to point out that
Okay, can you put John in a onesie? Put John in a onesie?
Yeah. I'd still like to point out here that the guy on the right has a microtubule in his pants.
Yeah.
God damn
You can't demonstrate that.
Jesus fucking Christ. Y'all are something else.
Microtubules are not demonstrated physically, aren't
What?
them? No.
What are you? Okay.
Wait, aren't microtubules a thing in the brain?
No,
No,
they're a thing in
they're not.
every cell. Almost
What?
every cell in your body has microtubules in it.
Peter, what happened to Gavin's hand
No,
there?
wait,
Did he
wait,
like
wait,
was jerking himself off too much and he hurt his hand? Or what happened?
wait,
there?
Oh, a clue scroll. Hell
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one at a
Please,
time.
please.
Sadly, that was the original pictures. Not a lot of that I can do with that hand. It's. I don't know what he did.
I think he hurt it.
Please.
I think so.
If somebody wants to talk
ahead.
about microtubules,
Go ahead.
I know. Yeah, me.
okay.
Please let me understand this. Are microtubules a real thing, or am I just fucking around?
No, microtubules are real things. They're you can find them in the wiki article. They're in almost every cell. Those little videos you see of the little walkers carrying the globes inside the cell when they do a cell animation. They're walking on microtubules. And basically that's how neurotransmitters go from one side of your neuron to the other. They go from the cell nucleus or the cell body out to your synapses. Basically, they're being transmitted on microtubules. And that's why Stuart Hammerfuck came up with his weird theory about consciousness and microtubules. That part is bullshit. Okay, that is pure bullshit. He's a dentist. Don't listen to him. Penrose is a physicist. He has no business talking about the fucking brain. So
No,
anyway,
babe.
I don't think either of them do, really.
Yeah. So,
But isn't the microtubules his stuff?
no. Microtubules are basically they're made of proteins, and they form in your cells all the time, and they degrade at one end and they form at the other end. And yeah. So they are a thing. They're made of tubulin. It's a protein, and they are ubiquitous in the body. And they have to do with the reason I was talking to Midnight about it is they have to do with cells, the shapes of cells, basically, and certain things that like the top of a cell will become constricted and the bottom will become expanded, intermediate filaments and microtubules. What?
Speed.
Yes.
Can you remove?
What? What's happening? I don't know
Remove.
what's happening anymore.
No,
I don't know.
you can take me off full
I
screen
think-
unless you wanna piss off some people, but
I mean, it's too late for that. That's already done.
Yep, that ship has sailed.
has anyone checked John Maddox's
Community blog?
community tab?
I'm sure he's got like five other little AFLPC things or whatever the hell it is. AFL little PP.
ASPCA or whatever the fuck it is.
ASPCA, yeah. Let me check. Let me just check, see if he's put anything else up.
If John came and visited us a little more, that, he certainly would get a little more attention, but
he should
doesn't seem to have the sack to do that.
He won't debate you. He'd be like, well, I've already debated you and you did terrible, so I'm not doing it again. Sure, whatever.
Yeah. I agreed with all the things that he thought I was going to disagree with, and he didn't know where to go from there. And then he went to this stupid idea about a sword being created. I know what really got him is when I said that information is physical. He's like, he didn't know what to do about that. It's like, oh my God, he said information is physical. How could this be? I don't know. What am I calling him?
That
little weenie.
That little video that I gave you a link to, that's a part of that. The entropy and how information is a part of that, and
Is this Minecraft?
time. And
No, this is RuneScape.
so
I know,
that
it was a
was
joke.
actually pretty good.
Oh, you know what? Fuck you, dude. This is way better than Minecraft. Fuck you talking about.
There's too many
I
chickens.
love messing with you.
There's
Okay.
too many chickens in there.
What am I
Yeah,
missing?
I'm a noob right now, so I got to train on
Yeah.
fucking level
Leo,
1 chicken.
Leo, joking aside, stop smoking weed.
Nah. You can tell by the way I roll my blunt, I'm a stoner man. High as fuck. Weed is loud, and that's my norm. I've been smoking weed since I was born. Can smoke all night, smoke all day. Couldn't be no other way. Getting high, that's the plan. You don't need to understand whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother. You're still getting high, still getting high.
You just
I'll
make
stop.
it. Did you just make that up?
No, it's from a video.
That's very
I was
good.
gonna say,
It's
Leo.
fucking hilarious though.
My
Very
view
good.
count. My view count is crashing. What the fuck?
No, it's not. And if it is, then you got a bunch of fucking weenies that watch this channel that need to grow a pair of fucking balls.
I was going to sing the harmony. I think that was so good.
You know what? Fine, I'll
Is-
sing Christian music. Glory.
I love. Leo, are
Is
you high
Death-
right now?
Yes,
Leo.
I'm playing RuneScape, dude. What do you think?
Okay,
Wow,
is Dessel
okay.
Drace in the chat yet?
He was earlier.
Dude, how am I getting feathers off all these
I
goddamn
think
chickens?
he's gone now, but he was there a while ago.
I have to tell
No,
you
I don't. What the fuck is
something.
this?
I think we should get back some fucking content. What do you think?
This is
That-
scary.
We're looking at content right now.
This is
That would be
fucking
good.
I don't know who it
scary.
is, but we're looking at content.
Yeah.
Consensus.
Go on.
Two
Consensus.
types. Interesting word.
Types.
The words. Common.
Wait, is this what
consensus.
Drace looks like?
This is
It
not
shows up as voting.
race.
It
I don't know.
shows up as
That's not. That's not
mutual agreements about how to play nicely in the park with others around. Might be a sign with a consensus of rules in the park. No alcohol.
I'm so confused.
No flip flops. No shirt. No shoes. No service.
No onesie.
Consensus. Consensual is a derivative of that word, right? But consensus has a quality to it, right? It surely does. But it doesn't make it right. So now we get into adding another word to consensus, a qualifier. Scientific, capital S, scientific consensus is a considerably different pathway to consensus.
Consensus doesn't start
It is
with
a
an S.
much more arbitrated, negotiated, agreed
Capital S.
upon
Dannykins, do we have a consensus that
derivative.
dude should have combed his hair before getting on camera?
Yes.
Hey, it's Boomer U, okay? It says Boomer U. Fuck you guys. We don't comb our fucking hair anymore. Fuck you. Okay.
Thank you, Speed.
Okay.
No, I don't want the fucking egg. God
Can I
damn
play
it! I
it?
want the bone. You stoop. Thank you. No, I'm
wanna-
talking to this game.
Well,
I want to see
if I
1
may,
million maggots.
Okay, watch this
if
shit.
I may critique it already,
What?
he's saying scientific, okay, but you can use another pseudonym. The expert would be
Yeah, I
another
think he-
pseudonym for scientific here. So
I think he might get into that.
okay, go ahead.
Anyway, okay. Don't make me mute you all.
Derivative of a mixed media input. Wow. So that scientific consensus can take weeks or months, as long as it's in the process. It's actually designed in the process.
It's
And by
not designed.
consensus, it means checks and balances are put in.
Okay, I think I'm gonna make you guys go watch his videos because he makes a point. I think he makes some pretty good points in this about scientific consensus and what it is and how it's different than like the consensus of how you behave at the playground. Basically, he gets into how democracy is a consensus and a couple other things. And his videos are really kind of cool. I don't know. He does a lot of stuff on radiation, and I think he debunks a lot of myths about radiation and raindrops and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm going to link him in chat. And he's only got 12 views, and I think he's got like 3-4 minute videos, and they're pretty fucking cool. So hang on a second here. Let me put that in chat or in the description rather. And
Right.
we'll go to
I think what he's really getting to is when can you make a valid appeal to authority?
yeah, and that's what he's getting to, and I thought it was pretty well done. But he does stuff on nuclear energy. Elon Musk is not your friend. How Australia ended regular mass shooting. So he gets into some political stuff, and I don't know. I'm not sure if that's all his. This is his stuff up here. Nuclear brief.
Isn't it doing some sort of a Skinner box for humans?
A what?
A Skinner box for humans.
I don't know what that is.
A Skinner box for humans, like pigeons for Skinner, but with humans.
Skinner was a behavioralist.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, he's got some interesting videos, and I thought his takes on things are kind of cool. And he's got a real low voice, and he just sits and talks for a few minutes every morning, apparently. And he's not getting a lot of views. I think he should. I haven't made a decision about him yet, but he seems pretty cool to me. It's called Boomer U.
Why?
You just
Why?
like the name, huh?
I like the
Why?
fucking name. I can relate to it.
Yeah. Me too.
Why would
I
you do
can
that,
definitely
Speed?
relate.
Well, you know what boomers are? Boomers are children that were born when parents actually wanted children.
Oh, wow.
And the rest of you are kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boomers are children that didn't grow up in a bath of chemicals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or didn't grow up with a fucking cell phone or a video game stuck to their brain.
I
Yeah.
have a Discord name which is an OK Boomer, and as yet I love it because they all go OK Boomer and they just miss the and off, and I go, yeah, that is a typical millennial thing to do.
Yep. Anyway, I thought this guy's video on consensus was worth listening to. Go listen to it and give him some views, and hit the like if you like it. Yeah. Otherwise, keep your fucking mouth shut. Keep your opinion to yourself.
I dropped another one. If you wanted to quickly, I just want to give this guy a mention. There's a video in the chat I put there. It's only about a minute long, but it gives a very succinct refutation of the fine tuning, and the person that does it is a fantastic philosopher. And one that doesn't get enough.
Explain, develop, please.
Well, he puts the fine tuning argument down and then gives you a very short refutation of it.
How can you put fine tuning out and be good, because every fine-tuning argument is shit.
He says what the argument is, and then he refutes it. He's not agreeing with the argument.
Where did you put the link?
An English. It's in the private chat.
I don't see it. It's probably because you posted it after I left.
It's up a ways.
Yeah, I left. Remember?
Oh, okay, I'll just copy it for you. But anyway, it's there if you want to put it in. It's pretty.
This is it?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay. So, so there's somewhere in here where there's evidence of divine religion.
No, I put it at the. All right, if you click on it, you'll get the timestamp with it.
1 hour long.
Oh, timestamp at
Chill, man. Fucking
5849.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me just have a look. 5849 sounds about right. No, it is at 21:53.
Oh, all right.
21:53. It's about 2 minutes tops.
Okay, 21:46 is what you had down. So we'll start it right there. Let's see. Okay, hang on a second. Let me get rid of this one.
Okay, so anyway, the guy talking is R.F. Ahmed. He's a Cambridge philosopher. Go ahead.
The points that Adam was making. If we look at the specific argument concerning the so-called fine-tuning of the universe for life, that is to say, the particular values of certain physical constants is so specific that had it been different by, say, 1 part in 10 to the power of 100 or something, there would have been no life in the universe. That's the argument. That argument assumes that this dispensation would have been very unlikely to have arisen by chance. We have no reason whatever to think that. The only reason to think that something like that is unlikely is if we have some grounds for establishing some particular probability distribution in advance. The only way to establish such a distribution in advance is through repeated trials of universes being created. To date,
we don't have trials.
To date, we have one universe that we've observed, in which we observe it to have happened. Could one of you please give me some reason, any reason, for thinking that there is a uniform rather than probability distribution for those constants?
Oh, come on.
You'd like to ready
You want to hear the guy out?
Well, no, the guy. I'm sorry, I can't see your name. You know what I mean? He's commenting saying we can observe other universes and what?
Yes, we can.
We don't know if other universes exist.
No, we can't.
They probably don't. This is why I don't like when people peddle the idea that other universes exist, because then people start thinking that they actually are out there. No, they're probably not. The fact that they're allowed, that our physics do not constrain reality to having one universe does not in and of itself mean there are other universes. There's probably not. And even if there were, we'd never be able to confirm that there are. They're too far removed from us.
They're probably not, but call me in 2 hours and I'll tell you some other shits.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, you're just talking nonsense. But anyway, anyway, you missed you missed the main point because unfortunately he's interrupted and spoken over it. But yeah, so you can give me some reason to reason to believe that the probability distribution of the is not uniform across the constants. What is your reason for that?
The probability is not uniform across the constant.
Yeah, the constants are not uniformly distributed. What is your reason for assuming that they are?
I have nothing to say to that.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Should I run this again and hear the whole thing?
Yeah, I would have liked to have heard it. Yeah.
Okay, let's everybody not interrupt when the video is on.
Yes.
Okay.
Fine-tuning the universe to life. That is to say, particular values of certain physical constants so specific that had it been different by, say, 1 part in 10 to the power of 100 or something, there would have been no life in the universe. That argument assumes that this dispensation would have been very unlikely to have arisen by chance. We have no reason whatever to think that. The only reason to think that something like that is unlikely is if we have some grounds for establishing some particular probability distribution in advance. The only way to establish such a distribution in advance is through repeated trials of universes being created. To date, Stephen, let me finish. To date, we have one universe that we've observed, in which we observe it to have happened. Could one of you please give me some reason, any reason, for thinking that there is a uniform rather than other probability distribution for those constants? Perhaps you'd like to, Reddy, seeing as you raised the argument.
If I can jump in. I mean, you take one of those constants.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so that's the point. Is you need some idea of the likelihood that universes can be. Sorry, dude, please stop interrupting.
Okay.
You need some idea in advance of the probability that universes are likely or unlikely or uniformly distributed to perform or to arrive at life. Okay,
Right.
and we only have the one universe, so you cannot have a probability distribution of the likelihood of universes creating life in advance. And that's the only reason you can say that this universe has life in it is extremely unlikely.
Did
you Go ahead.
Did you
Go
just
ahead.
say that the universe created life in advance?
No.
I
that's
don't
not
think
what
you
I said.
listen. I don't think English is your first language.
No,
this is
no, it's
extremely. This is a complicated issue, obviously, right? It's mathematical, so I don't think you've got much mathematical grounding, and therefore you're not going to get this. Okay,
You're assuming much.
I am assuming as much as you've given me so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Let's see. So these fine-tuning constants are things that we've measured, basically, according to our physical models. Is there, Leo? Is there any reason to believe that these constants didn't have to be like they don't all come from one unified sort of structure, that they had to be the way they are? Because
Are you
one is-
asking if there's a physical necessity for the constants having the quantities they do?
a physical necessity that we may not know about yet?
I mean, it's possible. My response to the fine-tuning argument is, I don't know what you mean when you say the universe is fine-tuned. Define what you mean by fine-tuned. And what you'll find is, I don't think fine-tuning arguments are circular. I think it's more a lot, which I guess affirming the consequent is sort of a type of the circular argument. But because what happens is, you end up, when you dig down into it, the term fine-tuning has connotations in it that presume some sort of intention, that the universe has the structure it does because intelligent life was intended as an outcome. But there isn't anything that demonstrates that. You cannot argue from the fact that the constants that we observe, life can exist under the constants that we observe. You cannot extrapolate from that fact alone that those constants, there was some intention behind those constants having the values that they do. Nor can we extrapolate from the fact that the constants have some particular value that allows for life to exist, that that there's some sort of fine-tuning. Again, I would need to know what is meant by the term fine-tuning. I don't think it's very well defined.
I think he did give you an argument in that short video, did he not?
I didn't hear a
I mean-
definition of what fine-tuning was.
I mean, there are
Nobody
certain-
listened to it, obviously.
Well, I listened to it, but I didn't hear him say this is what we mean when we say fine-tuning. I heard him respond to the
Well,
fine-tuning
okay.
argument,
Can I-
but
can I-
he didn't
he did.
define what
He did. Yeah.
fine-tuning was.
He stated the argument first, but maybe it was a bit quiet and you didn't catch it. I don't know.
Okay, do you want to repeat it, Simons?
No, I don't think so, because
Well, we gotta-
nobody's
we gotta really-
going to actually go down what that particular argument
we
is.
gotta-
it seems.
Wait, do you think I'm arguing that the universe is fine-tuned?
I don't know. Of course not.
Okay.
We got to
Okay.
really hammer this. This is.
I mean, we're in
untangibly.
agreement. That's why your objection was strange.
Let me.
Well,
say-
you said that you don't know what the argument is, and
Well, no,
guy
that's not what I said. What I said is that when I'm debating the fine-tuning argument with somebody, my first question is to ask them what they mean by fine-tuning. I think it's
He
an
actually said
ill-defined
that.
term.
He actually said that in that little short clip, but the beginning of the clip was a bit muted and a bit hard to hear. So I don't blame
Yeah, I
you if you
don't
didn't actually
disagree.
get it
I
from
don't
it. If you go and
disagree with
watch that
anything you
little
said.
clip for a minute, now you will hear what he thinks the fine tuning is with regards to the argument.
I watched that clip when you initially shared it, I think in the private chat before it was shared on here. I don't disagree with anything that he said.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I wanted to address that particular argument rather than go to a different argument, which is I don't understand what it means, because he said specifically what is meant by his version of the fine-tuning argument and what fine-tuning means with regards to that argument.
This is Antangelo's favorite argument right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen.
exactly.
What does Otangelo?
Sorry.
When Otangelo says for no reason, what does he mean by that?
It means
Matter
God did
for
it.
no reason started to obey physical laws. Oh my God, Otangelo, you need to go sober up.
Yeah, this argument is the absolute worst. You have
Actually, I don't think the fine-tuning argument is a bad argument. At least intuitively, it's a pretty strong argument. The problem, I think, with most atheists is that they're just generally offhandedly dismissive of theistic arguments rather than actually contending with them. But the problem is that when you do contend with them, you tend, and I'm not ascribing any of this to anybody here, I'm just saying generally. But the thing is that when you actually contend with them, you tend to find that these arguments actually really are bad arguments. They're very weak arguments, but you have to, when it comes to argumentation, it's not a matter of just demonstrating that an argument commits a fallacy or something. You have to give people
pretty much it is.
reasons, because a lot of people will use, like Otangelo doesn't run the fine-tuning argument because it's like free of fallacies or anything like that. There are other reasons external to that argument that are the reason why he gives that argument, and you need to be able to appeal to those at the same time that you demonstrate that an argument is logically invalid or unsound.
No, I'm not sure about that. Doesn't sound right to me. If you show there's a
Why not?
Can you let him answer?
If you show there is a contradiction in the argument, it doesn't matter what reasons or motivations he has. The argument's false just by showing a contradiction.
Yeah, I'm not saying that
it's a deductive argument.
I'm not saying you need to appeal to emotions to show that an argument is wrong. I'm saying that to get somebody to stop adhering, people, like the point that I'm getting is Otangelo adheres to an argument that he probably knows is not a good argument. But it's not the fact that the argument is good or bad that he adheres to it. It's other reasons. You can show an argument is bad. People do this all the time in debates, but you don't move people over just by saying, yeah, this argument is bad and this is why. There has to be an emotional aspect. I don't want to use the word emotional, but just because it's got a lot of connotations there, but it's beside the point. I think people get what I mean. You have to be able to appeal to emotions at the same time if you actually want to move people over. You can't just say, this is a bad argument and this is why. You've got to say, this is a bad argument, this is why, and this is why I think adhering to a bad argument and using it is not good. There's got to be more there in a debate or a discussion than just saying, yeah, this argument is wrong and here's why. That's the point that I'm getting at. And I think that most people would agree with me.
Well, I wouldn't, but maybe I'm not most people. I don't think there's a lot of point in trying to emotionally appeal to somebody
because that's how you move people over.
I understood what you said. If you're debating them, because I don't think in a live situation most people, even shown when they're emotionally incapacitated, are still not going to change their argument. In fact, if anything, the only way people change arguments is when they're not emotionally invested in something. So.
Well, and that's the thing. When people are emotionally invested in something, showing that it's a wrong argument isn't going to move them. You see, the problem, the disconnect between me and you here, Simos, is you're more concerned with just showing the argument is wrong. And while I think that's important, my concern is actually moving people away from them. And I don't think that just showing that an argument is wrong does that. You have to appeal to their emotions. You've got to connect with them more deeply than just your argument is wrong and here is why.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. Secondly, I'll repeat it and then we'll be done, hopefully. I just don't think when somebody has their emotions appealed to, in inverted commas, and that can mean many different things. So there's a wide area of possible ways to go down that. But when you're appealing to their emotions, they're not going to change on the spot. They may think about it later and change.
Well, of course,
perhaps.
And that's the point.
Perhaps, but when people will change, I believe, is when they are emotionally neutral. That's when people will change their mind. And so when actually appealing to their emotions is just kind of riling them up into doubling down rather than actually changing their mind.
Understanding what I mean.
Yeah, I think that's what I said. I think that's what I said at the beginning. But yeah, there you go. Go ahead if you want to just say another piece, and then
Well,
we'll
no,
leave it there.
I don't think that you guys are understanding what I mean when I say appeal to emotion. What I'm saying is that there's got to be a connection that goes
Motivation.
deeper than simply showing an argument is wrong.
Yeah,
because
yeah. I
that
think
alone does not move people over.
Sure, I think you're saying that actually reasoning about their motivation. Is that what you're saying?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That showing an argument is wrong doesn't reason somebody away from it. You have to reason them away from the argument, and that includes showing that the argument is wrong. But that alone does not reason somebody away.
Yeah,
from
one
it,
thing.
generally speaking,
One thing.
it should, but it doesn't, and it's sad.
I think differently, but yeah, go ahead, Midnight.
I just wanted to say one thing you should never do is one thing you should never do, and I learned this recently. Well, I should have known before, but you never tell somebody, okay, well, I think your knowledge of this topic isn't that good, which they will get offended with that. You know what I mean? Just argue the point, rather than the appealing to emotion. I don't know. I guess it depends on the person, right?
Okay,
Because there
guys.
are some people
Yeah, now
never mind.
we're looking a
Hold
little
on a minute.
further into the appeal to emotion statement that I made and completely misrepresenting. That's why I said I probably shouldn't use that phrase, because people are gonna. I thought people would know that what I meant is
I wasn't
connecting
trying
with
to
somebody deeper than just saying your argument's wrong. Like going up to somebody and say, yeah, your argument's wrong, even if you give a well-reasoned objection to it and it shows, yes, the argument actually is logically unsound or invalid or not
Leo,
cogent
I
or whatever.
get that.
That's not going to move somebody away. You need to reason them out of it. So when I said appeal to emotion, I didn't mean the appeal to emotion like a fallacy or something. I meant connecting with a person
All
when
right,
you
whatever.
engage in a discussion instead of just saying your argument is wrong, here is why, because that doesn't work. You've
Okay.
got to connect with
Okay,
people or you're
okay,
not going to
okay.
ever convince them of
What-
anything. And I think that most atheists don't care about that. All they want to do is be like, haha, you're wrong and I'm not convinced.
No,
You're an idiot. You're a moron.
Leo, use your
No, they
period.
don't.
Anyway, so the entire universe, or entire history of the universe, Chris Peacock suggested this site.
Incidentally, that's exactly Steve McRae's debate tactic.
What's that? History of the universe?
The last thing Leo said.
Oh, what
did he say?
I haven't heard anything either of you said.
Calling people a moron.
The
I
fuck?
don't see him do that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you haven't known him as long as me.
That's irrelevant.
Speaking
to the point.
speaking of Simon, have you seen him lately?
Oh, don't. Oh, don't.
Have you seen who?
I laughed.
Steve?
Although we've all been there. I'm a musician. I have to go on stage. I got together with some young thing once, and she went, "Oh, you should really get your hair dyed."
Yeah.
I was
Two
like,
words
"Yeah, all
popped
right
in-
then, darling."
Can we
Two
talk about
words
this
popped-
off? Can we talk about this off air? Because I'm
Two
interested
words
in it.
popped into my mind. Ron Jeremy.
What the fuck?
I mean, I kind of thought the same thing.
Once you know this, you will never be able to unsee.
No, you're absolutely right. Okay, let's move on. Like midnight.
Okay, I want to know this off air because I'm like, what? Wait, what? I'm so confused. I've been doing my own stuff, so I haven't really been paying attention.
Chat seems to agree with me, by the way, Leo.
Okay, that's just an argumentum ad populum.
So what is
Let's just move on. Nice channel. I love this channel. I this is the first time I see it, but I love this channel. Moving on. Jesus.
No, you don't.
Yep, moving on. We're going to shoot this in the head very quickly, like within 5 minutes. I'm lying. The banner says 10, but it's going to be 5. Oh, how about that? I changed the banner. There you go, guys. Anyway, so I put all that stuff in the description, all the things we talked about today. And anyway, check out the description. What else? Okay, I'm hung up on this Steve McRae thing. So
Yeah,
we're going to have to go backstage to discuss it.
Yeah.
We don't need to discuss it. It was just a funny thought because I debated it many years ago where I...
Speed, cover your eyes. Cover your eyes.
yeah.
Cover your. There you go.
When was
Jeremy.
this from?
What
You
happened to the
bastard.
what happened with his hair? Like I remember when I first came into this community, his avatar was like all nice looking. His hair was like, and then he goes on camera.
That,
and he's like,
that was a few decades ago.
I was gonna say, like, what the fuck?
That's what having a YouTube channel will do for you.
Is his channel named Steve McRae?
Yes.
You mean, oh my God, is that going to happen to me?
Yes. Yes, it will.
Yeah. Oh no.
How do I By the way, Ed has the yeah. Ed wants to say something. Jesus.
Say something, Ed.
Jesus.
Okay, noted.
What the fuck? No.
You're mean.
Yeah,
what
you
the fuck
are.
What the fuck means? For fuck's sake, I forgot what I want to say.
Have you been?
No.
You been hitting the vodka?
The vodka? Jesus Christ, Speed.
Speed.
I just did a bad thing, didn't I? I did a bad thing.
What is wrong with you people?
I don't know what's wrong with it. I did a bad thing. I apologize. Anyway.
What subject were we talking about when we mentioned the term?
Oh fuck! We don't want to talk about fine tuning anymore, do we?
Well, off air we do probably.
No, we
Oh,
can.
Did anybody catch Antangelo's comment? I don't have questions. I have the answers.
I know he has the answer.
Oh my god! How pitiful is that?
I think those guys.
Otangelo, never change. I love you, man. Never change.
Yeah. I do as well. I've got a soft side for that man. I tell you.
Okay, Otangelo blocked 2 people that are on this stream, and they were complaining and asked if they could block him, and I said, "Yep, that's fair." So unblock them.
Otangelo has me blocked again.
Otangelo, you better unblock those.
Oh no!
people
Wait! No.
Was I one of them?
I can't see him.
How can I tell?
Can you see his comments?
Yeah,
Was it intelligently blocked?
Yeah.
Just one thing. Otangelo, if you are starting to use the word verbose, I'm going to be mad with you.
He did use the word verbose.
Okay,
it's a great word. It's a great word.
It's a great word.
Otangelo's going to get fine-tuned.
Don't forget, Antangelo's got multiple accounts, and he has certain people blocked on certain accounts, like his main account. He has me blocked on that main account, and he doesn't know how to unblock people. So that's why
I don't have him blocked on. I don't think I have him blocked on my account. I'll have to check. Anyway, guys, we got to shoot this in the head.
One quick question, because my mind works in weird ways. So
we know
when you talk about designed, one of my things usually was the puddle argument. And did we lose Orge?
Yeah, Orge's been gone for a long time. Yeah.
Damn. I wanted to ask him what his take was on the moving puddle.
The moving puddle.
Yes. You haven't heard of the moving puddle?
I have not.
You have not. Let me check if I
I've been living under a fucking rock.
You talking about that big mud puddle? That big mud.
Okay.
There's a puddle in the U.S. There's a puddle in the U.S. that is currently moving.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Wait, the late Randolph Richardson has joined us.
I'm still alive though.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking late.
Nobody told me I died. What's going on? Did I?
We're shooting this thing in the head.
Yeah, you're dead, Randolph. Welcome to heaven. God is real. How are you doing?
Randolph is awesome.
Congratulations, you are God.
This is
is the God of gods. The God of gods.
I didn't get omniscience and omnipotence as far as I know. Maybe I'm not using it right.
Shoot it in the head like you meant to.
It's very overrated, Randolph. Very overrated.
It's very
Randolph. Antangelo's been kind of rude. He was kind of rude to you last night, wasn't it? Was it last night on Amy's channel? He was pretty rude.
Was that was a different account? Somebody who's making kind of mimicking him, isn't it? Or was
that was Grasshole?
Oh, was it Grasshole? Oh, I thought it was the real Antangelo.
Grasshole is getting so good that people think that it
I know. You know, I never make that mistake ever because I'm well aware of that account. But I think it was so late at night I missed it.
It's live right now.
Very, very hard to tell sometimes. Yeah.
I want to put out a request for Antangelo Grasshole to come on more often.
But the real Antangelo.
In fact, when you have them both on at the same time, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
you can't tell the difference.
I second that.
He sounds like a very sort of astute student, you know, like grasshopper.
No, he doesn't. No. No.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. By the way, speed. I put the link in the private chat here. It's also a channel that you might like. It's a brand new channel.
Okay.
Randolph, are you sure that wasn't the real Ontangelo? Because he has me blocked and I couldn't see his messages.
I'm not sure.
I think it was.
It's an educated guess for me.
I'd have to look back because when I saw that, people were making comments about it or whatever. But I don't know. I'm just saying that he was on there making comments. The real Ontangelo, because he has me blocked.
All my interactions with him, he's never been like that toward me, and that's a name that he doesn't use as far as I know. That name is slightly different from what I'm used to, so that's why I tended to assume. Now, if it was him, I'd be happy to talk with him about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
blow this stuff off, but because it's hilarious. But
Did it say Otangelo's VLOG vlog? Did it say Otangelo's vlog?
That's one of his accounts. Yes.
That's one of his accounts. Yeah. So that was probably him.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That is him.
Okay, boys and girls, I put Physics Girl and her Moving Mud Puddle video in the description. If anybody wants to check out the
it's a
weird
pretty
ass
amazing
moving
thing.
mud puddle. Yeah, I was watching that the other day. That and the volcano are the two most fascinating things in my week, actually.
You know what the most fascinating thing in my week is, Speed?
What?
This.
Oh.
Zoom that up.
Well, thank you. Okay, guys.
Make that full screen while he's still here.
Can you change the name of that other one to Ron Jeremy? That other picture. Just put Ron Jeremy underneath it. Be much funnier.
I wonder
much funnier.
What in the hell are we looking at here?
Huh. So this guy's here.
What?
He's here. He's in this broadcast. Has been from the start.
What uniform
wow,
is he
okay.
wearing?
I know who it is. I've just recognized it.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh dear. Oh my god. I haven't had that hair. Well, I've never had grey hair that long. But yeah. Amazing. Where did you get me in that suit from? That's what I want to know.
Actually, that is Lance Stroll. But
Wait, what are we looking at here?
I was working on some new graphics for Monday, and so needed this.
You know, my instincts are always good about shooting this thing in the head. About 10 minutes late, but always good.
I definitely can. Somebody get this ugly fucker off my screen.
Okay,
I was wondering when you were
boys
gonna
and
say
girls, we're going out. We're leaving.